The choices of the geoscientists while carrying out their activity are always accompanied by ethical implications. Those choices can have a strong impact on the population, the natural environment, the economy, the landscape, and the cultural resources of the affected area. It is not uncommon for the geoscientists to be faced with ethical dilemmas that are problems with a difficult solution, since options to solve them will have negative consequences. Well, how does one make a choice in these circumstances? What is the ethical duty of geoscientists, and what has to be their professional attitude? In which cases do they have the duty to take action or the duty to not act? A geoethical issue might be assumed to be a choice between at least two alternatives, one of which is the best option, taking into account the reference system of scientific, economic, social, and cultural values in which a geoscientist is acting, and assuming there is a complete and accurate knowledge of the problem and an adequate competence for its resolution. Well, if one option is patently better than another, then the decision to be taken may be relatively simple. But often geoscientists are faced with true ethical dilemmas. In such cases, an ideal choice is not available. Instead, different options exist, all with different benefits and impacts on society or the environment. Dilemmas involve a conflict between ethical duties, in which to follow one would result in violating another. Well, under such circumstances, how can a choice be made from an ethical point of view? On what should geoscientists base their choices? Ethical dilemmas need decisions using critical thinking on what would be a logical, rational way of action, even if there is no best solution but eventually only acceptable ones. Identifying the most acceptable solution requires consideration of both the positive and negative consequences of the options available, choosing the one that maximizes benefits and minimizes disbenefits. It follows that even the best solution may have adverse consequences that must be accepted. Making technical scientific choices under uncertainty inevitably implies accepting compromises, a feature that is common to applied sciences. Deciding on the feasibility and desirability of a course of action, for example regarding a proposed infrastructure project, an energy initiative or a hazard prevention scheme, may depend not only on scientific and technical considerations but also on economic, political, social and cultural factors. Making an ethical choice depends on assessing these factors in the context not only of the geoscientists and the perspectives and values they hold, but also the perspectives and values of other stakeholders and communities who may be affected either positively or negatively, values which may sometimes conflict.